I feel like it's been a while since I've done a really nice kind of long vlog, and I'm toying with the idea of trying to do one every week, but I'm known in the past for saying I'll do things and definitely not doing them, so that's not something that I want to commit to. I'm in my car because I am going to a meeting at 7. It's like 6:40 right now, and I had to get my nail fixed. I got my nails done last week, and this one I had broke within like 2 days of getting my nails done, so I made an appointment really quick to get my nail fixed, and we are back in business with nice, pretty whole nails. But spoiler alert, I'm warning you right now if you are watching this, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm gonna talk about Stranger Things season 4 and some of my opinions and feelings about it because I just finished watching part 1 of season 4. So if you haven't watched Stranger Things, if you're gonna watch Stranger Things in the future, skip ahead. I'll probably put something like here telling you where you should skip ahead to for when I'm done talking about it. But spoiler alert, gonna talk about Stranger Things season 4 part 1. You have like 5 seconds to stop watching if you don't want to watch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're here, I assume that you want to hear about Stranger Things season 4, and holy cow, was that so freaking good. Honestly, I kind of forgot about how much I liked Stranger Things because I think, what was it, 2019 season 3 came out, and you know, like obviously the whole world kind of got put on pause because of COVID and everything, and I rewatched season 3 before diving into season 4 part 1, and I'm really happy that I did that because I think I would have been really confused. I mean, I still had to kind of watch like a recap about seasons 1 and 2 because I think there were just some things I was expecting to happen in season 3 and then I kind of forgot that they did. But overall, I am so impressed with season 4 part 1. I was honestly so devastated when I thought that Hopper had died. And when they had finally put that kind of like tease out saying that he was alive, I was floored and I was instantly questioning how he was alive because obviously Joyce kind of had to vaporize everybody at the end of season 3, and I'm like, how did you survive that? Honestly, I'm still a little bit unclear as to how he survived. All I know is that he did. In terms of season 4, I feel so bad for Elle and how she got bullied. I dealt with bullies a lot in my life when I was younger, and as somebody who is older and who has stood up for other people who have been in bullying situations, I just felt so bad for her, and I wanted to cry because people are just being like so mean to her, obviously, just because she's like a little weird. And the whole thing between Mike and Elle and him not being able to commit to saying like I love you, I was like, oh my god, just say it, it's what she wants, just say you love her. You do, you care about her so much. She's almost died, like, god, how many times just to help her? You love her, just say you love her. I kind of feel bad for Will. I feel like he's been such an awkward third wheel. I mean, I know like season 2 he still was dealing with everything with the Demogorgon and the Mind Flayer and all that stuff, but I feel like he's just such an awkward side character. And obviously I feel like that's on purpose. But I'm kind of happy that him and Mike are kind of becoming friends again. Was not expecting Nancy and Jonathan to kind of drift apart the way that they did. I really love, though, that Robin and Steve are still friends. They are honestly my favorite dynamic duo, and I think their vibe is really great. It's interesting to see the kids like in high school. I kind of forgot that they were going to high school. Honestly, I had to look up to see like who had graduated, and I think it's only Steve who had graduated. I don't know why I thought Nancy and Jonathan had also graduated. I think it's because in season 3 they had those like intern jobs, and I thought that they were like interning like to then become full employees, but not realizing that they were just summer interns, you know, to kind of like beef up their resumes for college. And I'm still kind of confused as to why, well, maybe not confused as to why Nancy doesn't like Robin. I think it's because she does like Steve again, and she just kind of doesn't want to admit it, or like doesn't believe Steve that Robin and Steve are friends. I don't think anybody outside of Steve knows that Robin likes girls. And I think obviously it's for Robin to decide like who she wants to tell that she likes girls. So Nancy, I don't believe, knows that. So I think that's why she's like, oh, like you guys are hanging out all the time, you work together, you're besties, like Steve drives you to school, you carpool, how are you not like on the track towards dating? I will have to say, multiple times during the series I really thought Elle was gonna get her powers back, but obviously that didn't happen. And then when Owens kind of came back into the picture and took her to that base, I had a feeling that Papa was gonna come back. And when I saw Papa walk out, I was like, damn, I knew it. I knew they were gonna bring Papa back, because I was like, how does Owens know how to help Elle with her powers? There's no way. I feel like he is kind of like a fly on the wall in this situation. But it's also interesting to see like the different sides of the government who view Papa's little project science thing on the kids. And, you know, a lot of them, not a lot of them, but it's clear that there's a divide between those in the military or people who either want to support the project that Papa's working on and sees that it's not really for communists, but it's to attack communists, compared to those who think that Papa is gearing child soldiers to become like Russian spies or sell them to the Russians, which was kind of a side I actually hadn't considered, but I can see why they think that. But yeah, I really like, sidetracking back a little bit, I think the fact that Jonathan is a stoner is kind of funny. I think his new stoner friend Argyle is also super funny. I love that he works for that pizza shop and like whips that van around like it's nothing. Like a million times I keep expecting this van to just kind of skid off the road and just like crash, but man, does he know how to drive that thing, and I think that's funny. I love that we already saw Susie. I was hoping that they would kind of keep her in the show. I was a little bit afraid that after their little love song at the end there that we kind of wouldn't see her again. But I love that we've kind of already seen her and that she's playing like a bigger, not like a bigger, yeah, like a bigger role. And I love that she's still a part of the story. Number one and the whole Victor Creel thing. Okay, I will be dead honest with you. I don't know if anybody else figured it out way before I did, but nowhere did I connect that that like creepy worker guy was number one. I genuinely thought that he was like just speaking about like kids that he had met before. Nowhere did I think that he had actually like gone through the whole thing and like was number one, because I feel like, I don't know, it's just weird that Papa would keep him around, especially if he was still cognizant of the fact that he has telekinetic powers and can easily like mess with Papa. So I'm not really sure why Papa decided to keep him around. And then the fact that one is Vecna, didn't see that coming until that last episode in part one. I blew my mind because Nancy is in the Upside Down and she's with Vecna, and Vecna is like telling the story, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Why are we paralleling between, you know, Elle finding out that number one has telekinetic powers and then is like Victor Creel's child who actually didn't die, and then Vecna was like, oh my god, like number one is Vecna. I don't know, sometimes I'm really gullible or not paying attention to the clues. Like I get the story obviously, but man, I really missed that, or they just did it so well and I'm just thoroughly surprised and I'm enjoying the fact that I didn't figure it out until that point. Who else? I love the new characters that we're meeting this season. Eddie, you know, I didn't like him at first, but now I really like Eddie. I feel really bad for him, and I'm like so nervous for him. Every time the basketball players show up and want to like beat the living crap out of him, I was like sweating. So I was like, oh my god, they're gonna actually murder this kid, because for some reason, you know, they have that weird mindset that it is satanic stuff going on, and I'm like, oh my god, they are playing a board game. And I love that Erica stood up in that town hall and was like, are you freaking kidding me? It's a board game. But man, was I getting mad when she was like trying to sell them out for lying, like the kids, to the police officers when they get caught at Lover's Lake. I was like, oh my god, Erica, shut up, stop talking. Like, you are going to get somebody killed because you cannot shut your freaking mouth. But yeah, that was amazing. Oh my god, in the Maxine episode, holy cow, I cried. I fully cried because I honestly thought she was going to die, and I really thought, like, it's so sad what happened with Billy and how much of an effect it's had on her. And also, can we just talk about how much darker season 4 has been? Like, I know season 1 and 2 like have been thought of as like being kind of horror-y or scary, but that is nowhere near to the vibe that season 4 has. I legitimately had to look away at some points because I was scared of like the jump scares or like the demony stuff that was happening, but oh, I'm mad impressed. That sums up my thoughts initially, and people are waving at me because I need to go to this meeting, which I will do in like 2 seconds. But I so impressed. I binged all of part 1 in probably 2 days, but I am so looking forward to watching part 2, which apparently is only 2 episodes. So really it's just like, I don't know how long the episodes are going to be, because all of these episodes have been a bit like a movie length almost, I feel. Yeah, I'm ready for part 2. I think there's going to be a season 5. I'm not sure. I kind of hope there is, to kind of wrap things up. Oh my god, and I'm so happy that Joyce found Hopper! Oh my god, their little hug, and I was just like, oh, you deserve happiness. And I'm so sad that he thinks of himself as a curse and like curses others, but god no, I'm so happy. I'm so happy they found each other. I was so nervous that they were gonna show up and he would like actually die. But I also find it hilarious that Joyce is on this secret spy mission with Murphy, or Murray, his name is Murray, with Murray, and it's just like fighting all these Russians, and her kids are just like, you know, obviously fighting for their lives, but have no idea that their mother is not in Alaska, but is actually in Russia, and trying to arrange a deal to get Hopper back. But yeah, it's a wild ride. I mean, oh goodness, I'm very happy with how it's been, and pleasantly surprised and happy that I chose to watch season 4, because it's been so long. But yeah, those are my thoughts. We are at the end of our week. It is Sunday. I want to thank you so much for watching this video if you took the time to do so. Those last 2 clips that you saw, so I went to H&M to return a bunch of stuff because, case in point, I'm really bad at remembering when I order things to return them in a timely manner, and H&M's policy I think is like 30 days from your order date, not your delivery date. So I was like, ah, crap, that's coming up. So I had to go quickly return some things, and I did that successfully. Of course I bought something and now I don't like it, so I need to return it, so I have to go back, but that's okay. And then last night I was just like reading a book, and I just started hearing these pops, and I was just like, oh, is it fireworks? And sometimes, so I live in a town center, and we have people who like shoot off fireworks all the time, like all throughout the year, but they sounded like much bigger fireworks, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the summer. And I realized that the local park nearby was having a fireworks show, so I ran outside really quickly and was able to see all of it from my parking lot, which is really cool. But it reminded me that yeah, it's definitely summer and it's June, which is mind-blowing. But I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Just as a reminder and just a little bit of a promo for myself, June 21st this month, my first song comes out. It's called 10 Cents, and I'm very excited for everybody to hear it. It should be available on all streaming platforms. I'm working that out right now, but June 21st, my first song comes out. So excited. Cannot believe I'm actually saying that. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.